Hello Molweni, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Coast Coast with me, Usine. And as promised, namhlanje I'll be reviewing Kunene and the King by Kani. And if you're interested in that, continue watching and I'll see you on the flip side. So let's get right straight into it. So like I said, the title of the book is Kunene and the King. This is a play. It first appeared in theaters in 2019, but the book was published in 2021 by Jonathan Ball Publishers. The geographic setting of the book is in the northern suburbs of Johannesburg, as well as the township of Orlando in Soweto. So to get to the synopsis of the book, we have two men whose lives get intertwined after a life-changing diagnosis. We have Jack Morris and we also have Kunene. So to get to the characters, Kunene is 69 years old. He's a retired nurse. He lives in Orlando, but is originally from a Queenstown in the Eastern Cape, and he worked all his life in Charlotte Maxeke Hospital in the oncology ward. I think he was the most experienced nurse there, and now he survives just by getting umsebenzi through an agency whereby he takes care of private patients. That's Kunene. And then we have Jack Morris. Jack Morris is 65 years old. He's a white famous actor in South Africa. His well-known performances way off. He plays Shakespeare, and he lives in the northern suburbs of Johannesburg, in Kilani. So Kunene is sent by the agency to go and take care of Jack Morris. But the second he gets into Jack Morris's house, he's met by hostility from Jack Morris. He is stereotyping him, he is doubting his name, he's doubting his profession, he's doubting his presence in his house. And Kunene tries by all means to defend his name, defend his profession, and also convince this man that I am sent by an agency to come and take care of you. But eventually Jack Morris opens up and welcomes not really welcome, he's like, he doesn't have a choice, he has to allow this man to come inside the house. So eventually they get to know each other, but they keep their relationship like strictly professional, patient and nurse kind of relationship. They tolerate each other, but eventually they start to open up to each other. They start to get to know a little about each other, and they dive into political subjects. And Jack Morris tries the hardest in the beginning to like duck some of questions as Galunga Kunene, but Kunene like straight up wants answers. He wants to know like your views. What do you think about what happened in Orlando? What do you think about the negotiations that took place in 1990 and in 1993? And we get to see Nyanike in the end how he really feels about what happened after the democratic elections. And he says something that really like shook me, I won't lie. I don't know if I should share it. Well, he says de Klerk sold them out. And I was like, that's very interesting, because there was a time in South Africa, well, I still think a lot of people still believe that Mandela sold black people. And so it was very interesting to see that the white people also believe de Klerk sold them through ESA negotiations that happened in 1990. That was very, very interesting, I won't lie. And yeah, but eventually they find a common ground. They find their common ground. We plays Zika Shakespeare, because Kunene assists Jack Morris in learning his lines for his upcoming play of King Lear, a play by Shakespeare. And this gets Ulunga reminiscing about his high school days when he used to read a play Shakespeare that was translated into isiXhosa by Mdledle, Julius Caesar. And he remembers as a young boy in high school, like he goes back kumbula the lines that they used to read back in high school, and then Jack Morris amncedise, and then it becomes this very nice moment for them, like they finding something that they both love. And I believe that's the message John Kani was trying to convey through Lengoma Yo, I love music. True, their love for Shakespeare. Utatu John Kani was trying to say, yes, we are different beings. Yes, we are from two different backgrounds. Yes, we have a horrible past. But let's find something in common that we both love to fight the injustices of the world. And I believe that's what would help the world. If we find a common ground as people, we can go somewhere as the country or as the world. So I believe the narrative driven by this play is based on questions. 25 years later, what has changed in South Africa? 25 years later, are we really a rainbow nation? 25 years later, are we willing to listen to each other? 25 years later, can black people and white people talk to each other without talking about each other? 25 years later, can we trust each other? So it's basically about that. Where are we from our first democratic elections to now? What has changed, what has stayed the same, and what can change? So this book is basically about that. We are questioning South Africa at the moment, the state of the nation, the state of equality, the state of freedom, the state of democracy. That is what Tatu John Kani is questioning in this book. Can my fellow white people say, yes, I have listened to my fellow black people and I understand where they come from? But with that being said, can we come together and work together for a better South Africa? That's the question. Highly recommend the book, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, to comment, and to also like and share my video. And yeah, I think that's about it for today. Be safe, be kind, and spread lots and love. Bye bye. Peace, peace down.